Hey guys, I'm sure you've been wondering where I've been for the past few days. I've just been reflecting on the channel, thinking about what to do, praying to.
This is not reality, not reality, not reality. This is reality.
So I know what you're asking yourself, who is this strange amalgamation mass of tentacles? Well, Shuma Gorath. Who is he, and why can't I reach him? Shuma Gorath is basically a dark god from the Marvel Universe. He's existed since basically the beginning of time. He's one of Doctor Strange's most formidable enemies. He's also the literal boss of Dormammu, that guy. He is pretty much incomprehensibly powerful. This is all basic information. I've just been reading from Marvel Wiki here. Let's go into some trivia. Let's see some trivia about Shuma Gorath. In Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Shuma Gorath seems to have a strange attraction to Senko, and Morrigan seems to be attracted to Shuma's strong tentacles, saying that she hopes the party's just getting started. Morrigan's above quote is a reference to the stereotypical and infamous tentacle fetish that originates from Japan. What a great transition into Marvel vs. Capcom. Alright, enough Shuma Gorath from the comics. What's he in, like 2 comics? It's time to talk about what he's best known from, which is
Marvel vs. Capcom!
Shuma Gorath in these games gets so much more love than he does in the comics. And you may be asking why that is. Well, it's simple. His personality and his moves. He's smug arrogance and hates pretty much everything that's living. Him being an eye, he's very expressive, and he shows his distaste for everything through taunts and poses. He feels he's very clearly above everyone, and realistically, he pretty much is. Because Capcom nailed his moveset. Whether it be making copies of yourself to fight alongside you or to use as projectiles, turning yourself into stone or firing lasers from your eye, or if you don't like lasers, you can just fire your own eyes. And lastly, enveloping an enemy in the very chaos dimension you're born from. This is why Marvel vs. Capcom's Shuma Gorath is my favorite Shuma Gorath. I mean, his ending literally has him saving the world and then deciding, why not, I'll just stay here and become a Japanese TV show host. It's too bad he's so obscure, because I'd love to see more versions of him. Hell yeah, that's right. During the post-credits in the new Spider-Man movie, setting up the new Doctor Strange movie, Shuma Gorath appears. Shuma Gorath is now canon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And listen, don't be mean to me. I was completely unspoiled on No Way Home or anything like that. When I saw him in the theater, I clapped.
I clapped when I saw it!
Hey, listen, it's not like us Shuma Gorath fans get much of a break. I mean, right as I exit the theater, I learned that his name had changed to Gargantos because of some copyright issues with a Conan comic of all things. Go follow Mr. H. He has a great in-depth look at it. Plus, he's also weirdly, devilishly handsome for a guy with a good voice. Oh yeah, and I also learned about the name change through the Lego set, and that's another win for us, so let's talk about that. The moment I learned about the set, I was super hyped, because this is the first Shuma Gorath that we could physically hold in our hands ever. Now, I did like the set, but mine looks, obviously, a bit different, and to explain that, it's time to return to the jobby cam, which is what I'm gonna affectionately call this. So the main things with the build is that it has a yellow eye, which I don't like, and that it relies on these smaller legs to hold it up, and I just don't like that. It makes it more wide than tall. A simple modification, put a brick in there to stabilize it, then swap it down like that, and you can connect them pretty easily. So just connect them and be careful when posing, because he wasn't meant to stand up on these legs. Next up is the eye, which is pretty simple. You simply remove the yellow piece, add a stud to the pupil, add one of these pieces, I forgot what they're called, and attach it so that way the eye can move around and have more personality. Once you're done, you have a very much so more expressive Shuma Gorath, way more accurate to the games. And he's also really, really tall. He's actually probably one of the tallest figures I own, next to this Videl figure I have. Honestly, these modifications make the set 100 times better in my opinion. If you're thinking about getting the set, I highly recommend making these changes. And really, I just like Shuma Gorath. He's actually inspired a few of my OC characters very heavily. And I love his design, I love his personality. He's probably my favorite Marvel character, next to Spider-Man. So thank you, Shuma Gorath. I look forward to seeing you in the next movie. A special thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel. A big thank you to Zeno the Spartan, Robert B., Mr. Nobody, Michael Jimenez, Baltazar, and Jack Clancy on my Patreon. Thank you guys so much. If you guys liked the video, then let me know, because I'd love to do more videos like this. Yeah, I think that... Wait, I almost forgot. Let's rank his Marvel vs. Capcom themes. I really do love this one. It's probably one of my personal favorites. I think it really nails the kind of otherworldly kind of feel with him. For being the first in the series, I'm quite surprised how well it holds up. Now this one's a bit slower than most themes, and I think it lacks a lot of the same energy as the first theme, but I think the beat is still really fun, and I love the instruments used, and that sax, yeah, that's really good. So, overall, not a bad theme, but it's just my least favorite. Now, I really do like this one, except it just is missing the middle beat that I really like during, you know, the doon 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 doon. But, you know, I really do like this one because it has the energy back, and it is really, really smooth. If you could just combine this theme with another one, I think it'd be perfect. Oh, shit!
Is of no concern to the Lord of Chaos!